looking at a Chi style exercise starting from cross arm. Now cross arm is opposite arm, so left over left. We need to be mindful of our Wusa hand, make sure that we've got good structure with our body. Now what we're looking at doing, we're going to show this static and then we're going to show it moving. So statically what's going to happen is Sifu Dan's going to attack in, either with arms or kicks at this point. And notice we're beginning from a contact position. So you hear a lot of people talk about sparring and things, and sparring is simply starting off out of contact range out here and doing the same thing. Now schools, different schools, boxing for instance, they all start from out of here. Kickboxing, so forth. Chun, we are a system that's designed to be in close, so I think it's important that we train Chi style exercises from a contact range, and again from here we can quickly come in close, now be in a contact range. So this to us is the area we want to specialise in, being Chun. Now there's a lot of other schools out there that don't do this, but it's up to the individuals to how they train. So you'll notice that if I come in with a kick now and Sifu Nathan, I'm looking for a target that can hit on his body somewhere or on his leg. Now because it's my training partner, I don't want to hurt him, so I'm not aiming for vulnerable spots, because otherwise we're not going to be able to train together tomorrow. So it's all well and good to say, I'm going to attack the knees, I'm going to attack the elbow, I'm going to attack the jaw, eyes, whatever. But the thing is, he's coming back tomorrow, we're going to train again. So it's more safer to train to hit each other, but to do it safely. So when I kick, boom, I'm kicking towards the muscle, chest, tapping to the top of the head. So I'm not hitting any of the vulnerable targets in this instance, because I want to try and get the position correct. So when Sifu Nathan comes into me, common mistakes people make here is as they're getting hit or kicked, they turn away. Now that's leaving all my vulnerable targets behind my body exposed, my spine, the back of my head. So this is one habit you need to break yourself out of. Kick forward and look towards your partner. Even if you're doing a simple spot drill, where you are just doing one thing, it's still good to try and kick forward as much as possible. Another common thing that people do is when they're attacking in, either going too fast or not controlling. So when you're coming in, try and control the arms. Look for how you can control both of these weapons, because they're most likely going to be the next. If Sifu Nathan comes in here, he's covering this to stop me from getting that quick hook, because most systems will want to respond quickly and do boom. Whereas if he comes in and covers, he's got that covered there. So this is the first step to it. Then we do it a bit more dynamically, so we do the same thing, but we move around a little bit. Now we can amp it up a little bit, but see, we're still doing it safely, and the defending person is not providing resistance yet. Their most important thing is keeping front on and keeping good structure. Boom. So you notice we'll try and stay as relaxed as possible as we're getting kicked and punched, because if we start tensing up, it's worse. So I'll give you an example. Most schools will have high shoulders. Now Sifu Nathan will use that as a lever. So as soon as they go high, he's now using it as a lever. So there are some schools that Wing Chun that will be really tense and rigid. They'll say that they're hard, but that's fine. We want to be hard when we need to be, and then soft when we're not being hard. So there's a very fine balance between soft and hard, which is very important when you're exchanging. Boom. So at any point, if you're soft, you can interrupt your movement. So if Sifu Nathan throws in a punch now, boom, I can interrupt that. Whereas if I was being hard, I can't interrupt that easily. Now I'm stuck. Now he's got good skill level, so he's going to manipulate me to suit. Maybe you might be able to pull that off against a beginner, but against advanced guys, it's very difficult to do this under pressure. So this drill, we start into pressure build. So after we've learned how to do this like that, we now add in counters. So that makes it a bit more dynamic. Boom, sorry, Sifu Nathan comes to me. I try and counter it. Now I might not always counter it. He might come in and the punch or the kick is just too quick or in such a good position that I simply don't counter it. That's fine. That's what it's trying to train. So we're providing more resistance, and then obviously what happens from here, we learn how to apply these drills from sparring. So we're moving around, boom, we're doing the same thing, we're bridging that gap, then we're learning how to get in close and smother our partner. That's what Wing Chun's about. Now we've just done about 30 plus minutes of fitness, so we're puffing and we're going to keep going after this, but we just wanted to stop and just record what we're going through so people out there can kind of see the way we train Wing Chun, because it's not the same as every school. There's a lot of schools out there that will train differently, and there's no wrong or right. It just comes down to what your goals are and what your specific needs are within your school. To us, Wing Chun is a very important close to quarter system, which means that we want to be in contact as much as possible. Not every school believes that, And also a lot of systems won't do that, they'll start out here. So we need to be careful that we don't go away from what Wing Chun's about. And to me, that's what the main purpose is of our system. Chi Sao.